Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. On this video here, I'm going to demonstrate spotting in the T-54, which is not really one of its strong suits. It's got decent view range, but it doesn't have the best view range for a medium for its tier. But we're here on Melanovka, and when this battle started, I was looking at it and said encounter battle, and I couldn't decide where I wanted to go right away, which is one of the big differences between an average player such as myself and the green, blue, and purple players. They pretty much know the maps and where they want to go and how they want to use the tank they're driving to its best abilities. Now, I started pushing forward just to go spot the metal a little bit, but then I saw we had two bat chats, one medium, one light, pushing to the same direction, and a CDC. So I thought, well, they're going to be able to spot me. And there I accidentally turned in front of the CDC, so he clipped me a little bit there, but that was my fault. I turned in front of him. But I figured they were going to be spotting, and so I just pulled up in this little forest area right here and thought, well, I'll get a little, some shots on some of these tanks that they're spotting. Do a little fire support, so to speak. Now, if you've ever been, if you're watching this, obviously you have been. As you know, when the north tanks, the tanks spawn on the north side there, drive up the hill, there's a little bit of a lip. So it makes it a little bit difficult to shoot them. Now, if they drive close to the lip, it makes it easy, but if they drive a little further towards the red line, then it's quite difficult. And as you can see, I had a little trouble trying to get some shots there. I got a couple, but nothing is gonna, how do you say, affect the outcome of the game there. But then again, every shot on the enemy is definitely a good thing. So I'm looking at the hill here, and I've noticed that we've lost the CDC and one of the bat chats, and an LTB is scouting the middle a little bit there, but I didn't realize that at the time. I was actually looking at the hill. Then I noticed the LTB. So I turned towards him, but he's behind that little hill right there in the E7 area. So I'm looking to see if he's going to nose over, and unfortunately he doesn't. So then I go back to trying to get spots on the guys on the hill. And this part of the battle, waiting for things to develop to where you can try and find an opportunity to push forward and flank something. It's a little frustrating for me. Sometimes I'm okay with it. Sometimes I get bored quick and easy. Now right there, I took a shot at that T-32, but he went dark before it hit, so I'm not sure if that penetrated. Probably not, because of the way his angle is at. Even though the T-32 hull isn't the strongest, I do believe it is thick enough that with that angle, I'd probably bounced. So I'm sitting here again, still trying to look for shots, and then I notice the Batchat 12T took off across the little swamp there, and now he's out on the field. And I thought, wow, what are you doing? But then I thought, well, maybe he's trying to spot for the Conqueror. So I thought, well, all right, we don't have any eyes in the middle now, so I'm going to move over and see if I can spot a little. But I didn't want to drive straight over from that position, because I knew if there's anybody over there looking, I'd get spotted. So I drive back and try to take advantage of the bushes and the little hills. Actually, I guess at this point that they're more like undulations in the terrain. But anyway, I'm trying to take advantage of that so I can get back over to or get to the middle section there without being spotted. Now the bat chat has already been taken out. Apparently something was out spotting him, which is unfortunate. We really needed him, but I get up over here and I'm not spotted. At least I don't believe I am. I don't have Sixth Sense on this commander, but there's no shots that came in at me, so I just assumed I wasn't spotted. So I had nosed up. I didn't see anything, so then I backed up a little bit. So I'm looking to see if I can get shots on the hill again, and I take a few shots, but it just, well, on that one it went way over. And now this one, I think I do hit. Nope, that one went over too. Okay. Okay, great. Now I'm looking for more shots again, and excuse me. At this point, nothing's showing up, nothing's developing. That LTTB is crossing over, but he's below where I can shoot him. There's a little hill there, but I'm trying to see if I can maneuver. And unfortunately, he gets to that hill at the base of the ridge there before I can get in position. So never quite had a shot at him. Now here's the alarm going because somebody's in the cap circle, but I kept looking at the hill first because on the mini map nothing was lit up. So I thought, well, I can't see nothing. And then it occurred to me, I'm the one that's supposed to be spotting. So I nose over, and then the alarm stops. So I'm like, okay, he's coming at me. So I went ahead and nosed over some more and shot him. I got really lucky there that none of the enemy tanks were looking to support that guy. Otherwise, I would have been hit, at least once, if not multiple times. But fortunately, none of the enemy were pointing their barrels that way. So I'm still looking on the hill because the leopard seems to have stayed on the lakeside here and didn't push up. And then he goes dark, so then I start just kind of maneuvering around trying to prox him. One, I'm hoping the Conqueror can shoot him, but also I just want to keep track of where he's at because I don't want to become complacent looking at the hill and have this guy come around the hill and shoot me in the back. So I want to know where he's at, so I'm going back and forth trying to keep him proxed, but still trying to look up on the hill and support the guys up there. Now, excuse me. The leopard here, he's at first he was sitting still in one spot, but now he's moving a little bit. So I think he's trying to get position on me. But then the Conqueror shoots him, so he pulls back a little bit. And unfortunately, where he's at, I think the Conqueror's got a good angle on him because the Conqueror shoots him again, and I think he tracks him. So I push forward here and see if he is, and he was. So I go ahead and shoot him, finish him off, take him out, and then I push over towards this other little hill and figure I'll sit over here until I go dark again. And then it occurs to me, not only did I not take a hit, there were no shell splashes around me or behind me. So I thought, well, okay, again, the enemy's not looking over this way. So I got down into the lake and figure I'm gonna scoot across here to the the D6 area there, and see if I can do any spotting there and help my team there. Because I know when I spawn on the north side, I really hate it when the south team gets a tank over here because they're really hard to dig out. Either you got to get two guys to go down there and brawl with them, or Artie's got to drop shells on them. Or if he pokes his nose up and isn't careful, you can shoot him. But a lot of the guys that get in there into the spot here, they have a lot of practice at doing that, so they keep their visibility. I should say they keep their tank low enough that the opportunity to shoot them is pretty small. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I spot the Jagdtiger there, and I should have nosed over and shot him, shoot him in the side. But I was thinking about, keep my profile low, don't let any of the enemy tanks shoot at me. I mean, granted, I didn't get shot when I crossed into the lake there, but I didn't want to push my luck coming up here. So I lost an opportunity to shoot the Jagdtiger, but it's the chance you take. You gotta play to the best of your ability and stuff, and you get some opportunities, you lose some. So I see the 232 is pushing down on me, and I nose up and go ahead and put a shot into him. The Conqueror shoots him. Looks like the Scorpion had got spotted. Conqueror shooting him again, and right there he takes out the Scorpion. So it's unfortunate. I was really wanted to keep the Scorpion there to help me, but the Conqueror takes out the T-32, so that's great. So I nose up again, see if I can spot that Jagdtiger again, and at this point I haven't, but then he shoots at me, and he got a little impatient. Had he waited just a second more, he would have had a better shot on me. But like I said, when you're on the north spawn and one of the tanks from the south side is nosing up, if they just do it quick and keep their visibility / vulnerability low, it's really hard to do. So I know why he shot there, but fortunately he missed. Now the Rheinmetall's coming over at me, and I took a shot at him, and I think the Conqueror shot him there too. Now I'm trying to nose up and get some shots on him, and I see an opportunity here. I want to shoot under this dead tank, so I aim. I didn't realize that the gun barrel hadn't dropped down enough. My aiming reticle was on the Rheinmetall, but the gun barrel reticle was not. But fortunately, though, when he came around, he had almost the opposite problem as well. He couldn't get his barrel down, so I was able to shoot him and take him out. Now, at this point, the Jagdtiger decides he's going to come in here and finish me off, and he does. I should have backed down and went to the left and got around, behind the CDC, used it as a rock to stop the Jagdtiger from ramming me, but I made a mistake and went to the right. But fortunately, the Conqueror finishes him off for me, so I did get the spotting damage for that as well. So that was really nice. Now, I didn't do a lot of spotting in this battle, but as you can see, when the opportunity arose in the mid-game, I pushed forward and and did some spotting for the team. And that's what you got to do to help your team win. Now, in this one, I went ahead and cut it off shortly after I died, but we did win. And as you can see, I didn't do a lot of damage here, but fair amount. Got some good XP, and then as you can see, I did 4,190 spotting damage. So you've got to look for the opportunities where you can just step up and do what's necessary to help the team win, and we did. So thank you for joining.